Now, if you're like me, you have a bunch of different amplifiers and you want to plug in and try out a bunch of different stuff and try new pedals on those amps and try out and audition tones for how you want to record or something you want to work on, but you already have one amp hooked up or a couple amps hooked up and all your mics in place, but you want to try something else. Now you have to switch cables, microphones, move things around, and it can be a giant pain in the ass. That's where the amp switcher comes in. Now I bought the 4x2, which is their smallest and most basic unit. It's a little desk-friendly one, but even still, that allows me to plug up to 4 amplifiers and 2 cabinets into it, which is fantastic. They have bigger units available, rack mount units, stuff where you can have up to 8 amplifiers, 4 cabinets, you can have up to 4 effects loops hooked up with some of them, MIDI programmable, the whole nine, and they're made fantastic. I'm really enjoying this product. Now what I have hooked up and going into it, if you can see them all here, is I have my EVH Stealth on the bottom, I have my Mesa dual rectifier, and then my Fortin Cali. All of those are running in. The first one hooked up is the Cali, and then it just goes in order, and that's all going to my 2 Notes captor, and that's going into my 2 Notes cab pedal after that with a mic'd up 2x12 Mesa cab with V30s in it for all of my tones for silent recording. Apartment living, am I right? So I'm gonna pick up this guitar here, and I'm gonna plug in, I'm gonna show you how it's really easy to just switch between all 3 of them. They're all on, they're all plugged into the amp switcher. Let's take a listen. So just there, I'm able to easily switch between all 3 of my amplifiers, hear how different pickups sound with it, audition different guitars, see if I like one amp's clean channel over another, see if I like the distortion on one with the guitar. The options are really endless there. And then something else I can do that's going to be something I do going forward and something I'm going to kind of demo here is I can use this to demo pedals better. And by that I mean, say I'm doing an Overdrive demo or a shootout even, and you want to hear it on a different amp than the one I'm playing. Well, in an out of mix, I can chug a little bit on the pedal and I can easily just switch between which amplifier I'm using. So if you own a Mesa dual rec, well now you can hear that boost on a dual rectifier. You own an EVH 5150 or just a 5150 in general, and now you can hear it through my Stealth. This is really going to open up a lot of options on the channel and something I've already been using a lot since getting it a couple weeks ago. I'm absolutely in love with it and it's streamlined my whole process. So we're going to try a few different drives for these amplifiers. So first we're going to try the hex drive. So this is the hex drive on Overdrive channel 2 on the Cali. So I gotta say, I like the hex drive best on the Cali. It has that dry thing that Fortin does, and it already complements it really well because it's a Fortin amplifier. Let's check out a different drive. Alright, so this is the Aris Effects Savage drive. Let's see how this sounds on the 3. So I definitely like the Savage more on that blue channel of the EVH. It doesn't really change too much of the tonal character. I mean, it makes it a little tighter, a little bit more cutting and aggressive, but it keeps the fundamental tone of the amp the same, and it just adds something extra to it. That blue channel with a good boost like that Aris Savage drive is just magical. Alright, let's try one more. This is the Peppers Pedals Dirty Tree. So I definitely prefer the Dirty Tree on the Mesa. This one has the most top end to it, and it also has the most low end cleanup, which the Mesa desperately needs, and it really makes the amp come alive. It's a little too brittle and harsh on the Cali, and it just didn't hit me right on the EVH, but man, does that sound good on the Mesa. So yeah, there's not too much more to say. I mean, it's just a really good unit. You can switch between multiple amplifiers seamlessly, as I've shown. A couple different cabinets. I only have this hooked up to my captor right now, but I could switch between cabinets just as easily, which would open up the options even more. Then you could see which cabinets you like with which heads the best. And it could really open up things for people that are home recording artists like it has myself. I can now easily switch between tones that I need for recording, and I'm no longer hindered by having to switch out heads and cables and pedals. I have a link down below so you guys can check out some of this stuff. It's really awesome and I highly recommend it. Like I said, this is going to be a staple of my YouTube channel going forward. Thanks for watching. Stay metal.